like as human beings, we can become receptacles for beliefs. It's like for anything going on in life, we've got a belief attached to it, probably several of them. Yeah. And it's just like looking at the world, it just felt like time to just kind of examine some of those beliefs. Yeah. Why do I believe that? Like, I know my parents believe that, their parents did. Why do I believe X, Y, Z? Yeah. You know, or why the things maybe that I taught my children, do I still believe that way? And what was that original way that I believe that I felt so strongly about to pass on to them? How do I feel if they disagree with that? How do I feel if they believe something completely different from my beliefs? You know, do I still love them? Do I judge them? Those are questions that have been very powerful for just being honest. Yeah. You know, being honest about the big things in life, like marriage, like money, sex, religion. Seeing really what your core beliefs are, not what people have told you, but what I've really looked at for myself and really feel good to say I've responsibly examined this and I like that belief, or I'm going to discard this belief because, you know, it doesn't serve me or whatever it is. And so that's kind of how I look at whatever you ask me.
God. Yeah, I didn't tell you.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, with beliefs, I agree with what you're saying, and I feel like beliefs, depending on what it is, they can be very divisive between people. People can believe so strongly about something that it can disconnect you from your family or somebody you love.
Yeah.
Just because you want to stick with that belief so strongly, or even if it's not just the fact you believe that, it's just like that belief could directly be telling you you can't love somebody that's your blood, that's your family, because something's wrong because of your beliefs. Right. Which is something to look at. I feel like it's something to look at.
It's tough, man, because, you know, I had the notion years ago, this concept of thought viruses. You know, we talk about viruses in the body, but beliefs, when they are not examined and flushed out, they function like a thought virus in the sense that they can corrupt a whole area of your life. Something that, a belief that you might have picked up when you were 5 or 6 years old, you overheard something about somebody, you know, and you grew up with that belief or some limiting thinking that maybe a care provider had and he or she was around you, or your parents or grandparents or kids you were playing with, some belief that you picked up there about money or relationships, and you grew up with that, and whenever that particular issue comes up in your life, your brain is like a library in a sense. If you don't have a lot of experience in a certain area, like let's say if the issue were race relations, all right, and you grew up in a family where they were like low-key racist a little bit against a certain other group, you know, whatever that group might be. When you get into a situation where you're up around people from that other group, where does your mind go? It goes to wherever your experiences with that issue are. And that could have been like 5 years, when you were 5 years old. And it's like, we have those beliefs, and it's like, you mean to tell me I'm operating as a grown person now, an adult, based on experience from when I was 5 years old, or something that I heard somebody else say that I really haven't examined, and I keep that belief, especially if they're limiting. Why hold on to them?
So let me ask you this: how would you go about recognizing those and rewriting those?
That's where the app comes in.
Okay. For $59.99.